Now let's get into this Chris Paul fiasco. The Los Angeles Clippers sent Chris Paul home at 3 a.m.
Told that boy, pack your bags.
Yes, they did. They sent Chris Paul home, and according to reports, they said Chris Paul was not, I wouldn't say getting into it with players and coaches, but I'll read the quote. Apparently, they said there were a few scenarios where CP was holding people accountable, from players to coaching staff up to front office. And his criticism of the Clippers front office was the final straw that broke the camel's back. That was Lou Williams. And then basically from what everything we've seen, he was just holding players accountable and nobody wasn't messing with it. So I want to ask all of you guys, what are your thoughts on the Chris Paul basically getting released by the LA Clippers? Anybody, one of y'all, doesn't matter.
I feel like they shouldn't have released him. Because all he cared about was winning. Like everywhere Chris Paul goes, Chris Paul cares about winning. And just because you didn't like the way he was talking, maybe that's what y'all needed. You know what I mean? You got Kawhi there, who's always injured, and Chris Paul probably saw something, was like, "Hey, bro, like remember how Tony Parker and them got on Kawhi when he was hurt in San Antonio?
Yeah.
Maybe it was something like that. I don't know. I'm not in that locker room, but I do know for a fact Chris Paul holds his guys accountable, and they didn't want to hear it. You got to think about it. All those guys on that team are old, bro. Chris Paul, when he was holding those players accountable, it was younger guys, or when he was with the Clippers, he was obviously the best player, so he can do that. But now you're on a Clippers team now where you're not the best player anymore, and you're probably the oldest person on the team. So they don't, and everybody is in the same age range as you, so they don't really want to hear that. But I'm not mad at Chris Paul for it because y'all playing like butt. Like, if we being honest, bro, the Clippers, they're 6-16, dog. Y'all need some fire under y'all ass. Come on now. Like, before the season even started, they was my dark horse team. They was one of my dark horse teams because they had a well-constructed roster. Granted, the caveat was, can all those guys stay healthy because they're older, but I don't blame Chris Paul for anything that he said or did, or criticizing the coaching or criticizing the players or the front office, because all he cares about is winning. He wants to win. This is his last year. And he probably thought that this team looked really well and they had a shot at a championship as well. So it's like, bro, this is my last year. I'm trying to win. Like, we need to do something. So, like, I ain't really mad at Chris Paul for it, to be honest.
I'm gonna just say I'm disappointed. I'm very disappointed because he's a Clipper. He's a Clipper legend. 1, 2. He brought so much joy and happiness to the city most of his career. For him to just get dropped like he's just nothing. I mean, like Sheldon said, the man has been really fucking ass. He's been bad. Every time he like I said, I'm gonna say it to everybody on live. I'm saying everybody I know. Every time Chris Paul is on a slip on FanDuel, I do the under. But it's just the fact that I feel like he was trying to motivate everybody. I feel like he was just trying to hate him, but he came there wanting to go to the championship. And in the preseason, they were looking amazing in the preseason. They were looking amazing. Chris Paul was operating the second option, the bench options, and Kawhi and James Harden was out there balling. I don't know who this team is now. They disappeared. I just feel like Chris Paul was just trying to motivate them and push them to push themselves to do better, so they can have a better record in the conference, at least make the playoffs. At least, I at least want to go to the playoffs. My last year, of course, I want to go to the playoffs. I want a farewell tour like Kobe, nigga. I love Kobe. What are you talking about?
I agree with both of y'all 100%, especially what Charles said. Like, when Chris Paul was on the Clippers at his prime, he was the best player. So he can like just say, hey, we got to do this and this and this. Like, okay, you're the best player. Brother, you 40-something. Bro, they looked at you like, first of all, with you saying all that, we still suck. And what are you going to do that's going to change? What are you going to do? You're not going to do anything for us. So they looked at him crazy. They look like, brother, like, come on, be serious. Now, I will say this. The Clippers are they bogus as hell, though, for releasing him basically at 3 a.m. You basically couldn't tell him to his face, like...
He's still on the team.
on the team, brother. Like,
I mean,
let's be serious.
he's on the roster.
Yeah,
He's on the
he's
roster.
not on the team, bro. He's not on the team. G. They didn't, like you said, officially released him, but he's not on the team, bro. He's not on the team. They looked at him crazy. They was like, he going in there as literally the super bench player, basically getting DMPs, ain't doing nothing for us, and he coming in there talking crazy. Just like I told Trill yesterday. That's like the water boy saying, hey, bro, you need to go over here to the corner and shoot this three. I'm looking at you like, bro, who are you? Like, what? No,
I mean, but he should have some merit though, bro.
but
he
you
should
get
have
bad,
some type of merit, bro.
but you're not good though. So how can you talk to me that way though?
Because he's been one of the best point guards in the league, dog.
Yeah, that was a long time ago.
He's
Though.
an
We talking about in
all-time
2025 though, but we're in 2025 now though.
He should still have some type of voice though.
No, it's
He
not the
still
same
should have some
though.
type of voice.
That's not the same though. It's just not the same. It's not. Like, you are old. You're not doing, but the thing is, you're not doing nothing for us though. Like, I can understand if he was actually producing, but he wasn't producing for us. So how can you tell me to do this when you're not even producing? You can't talk to me this way. But I will say this: the Clippers are petty, and this is why the Clippers are a bad organization. The fact that you released that man basically at 3 a.m. and didn't do it in public is crazy. Like, that's what bad organizations do. And I know everybody looking like, that's why I hope you guys just be bad forever. Because y'all petty. Y'all are super duper petty for basically doing that man like that. But at the same time, you can't just talk to me like no other way though. Like, you just can't. You can't talk to me crazy.
I think it was. I think it was all out of love. Though. I think it was all out of love. I think it was all out of him wanting to win. Like y'all said, he is a winner. He want to be a winner, and I want to end my career a fucking winner.
I'll say, just like Francisco said, he deserves respect, and that's it. Because, like he said, he's not PJ Tucker, and that's the truth. Like, regardless of how bad Chris Paul has been lately, that man still deserves respect because he's one of the greatest point guards to ever play in the NBA, dog. Regardless of if he's playing butt right now, his voice should still mean something because every organization that he's turned around, that he's been to, he's turned around, dog. So regardless of if he's not, excelling right now, stat-wise, you should still listen to him because he's one of the greatest point guards ever. He wins wherever he goes. So obviously he knows something. He sees something. He knows how to change something around. So why wouldn't you listen to that man? When he went to OKC, ain't nobody have no faith in OKC. They didn't even think they was gonna make the play-in or playoffs or anything. And look what they did. So it's like, dog, he shows you time and time again he can turn programs around. So regardless of if he's not playing or not, you listen to that man. That man should have had a voice in that locker room.
I feel like, I'm gonna just say this. I feel like because of his resume and because the lack of experience in the championship that he made it one time his whole career. I feel like if it was a different person to say what Chris Paul said in the locker room, bro, let's say it was like Tony Parker, they would have respected it more. But Chris Paul ain't really achieved that much for him to earn that respect. That's all I'm saying.
I don't think that matters. I think it's just the fact that you're not good. All those teams, you say every team he's been on, he's changed something. But all those teams he's been on, he was good. He was good. Like, it's facts. He was good on those teams. He helped change around. Now last year with the Spurs, he really wasn't all that, but the Spurs were somewhat better. I give you that. But he at least last year produced to a degree because he was starting for them. This year he's really been like not good. So you can't just be this weak player. Yes, respect you. You've done great for the league. Understandable. But at the same time, brother, you out here just not helping us do anything. And to talk to us crazy, they talk to the front office crazy. It's just kind of crazy. But at the same time, I agree what Charles said earlier. No, I think it was Trail that said it. They need that, though. I think they did need that fire. At least somebody's like, hey, I'm trying to win. I want to at least make it to the playoffs at least, or the play-in or something. I think they did need that. But at the same time, though, brother, You just the wrong guy telling us to do all this though, because you're not doing nothing.
That's what I'm
But
saying.
ain't nobody else
Saying.
on that team gonna step up and say that, bro. Who else on that
That's true.
team is gonna step up and say that?
That's what I'm
Kawhi
saying,
not
though.
gonna say
That's
that.
what I'm saying,
James
though.
Harden not gonna say that.
Had it been
That's
like
true though.
Had it been like a Ginobili or a Tony Parker, I think it would have been.
But if Ginobili ain't done nothing, if he's averaging 2 points for you, what that don't mean nothing.
I mean, that's just like a
champion.
guy that's injured. Like, I'm not saying this has happened, but like it's like your superstar or your star being injured. That's like, okay, take Jason Tatum for example. Jason Tatum's obviously he's coming back this season, but he's hurt right now. If Jason Tatum, if the roles were versus the Celtics was like this, but Jason Tatum was the one saying all these same things that Chris Paul is saying. Jason Tatum ain't doing nothing for us right now. You hurt, dog. Like, we don't want to hear that shit from you, but he still has the voice to say that. He still should have the voice, and he should still have the freedom.
He's hurt though. Chris Paul is out there playing trash. That's the difference, though. Jason Tatum is injured. Chris Paul is not hurt, and he sucks. I got an example. Let's say all three of us do a class project. We doing everything. But we ain't been on nothing. We ain't been like on our stuff though about this class project. Then the fourth guy comes in there, ain't done nothing. He talking about some, man, y'all got to do this for this part. You do this, bro. I know all three of us gonna look at him and be like, bro, shut the fuck up. Like, you can't do that. You can't do that. You haven't done nothing for us. So you can't tell me do this, but you haven't done nothing. That's the point, though. It's the fact that, yes, you have been great, but in 2025, you have been garbage, and you talking about you trying to hold me accountable, you trying to hold Ty Lue accountable, and Ty Lue talking about, Ty Lue out there lying, talking about, man, it's been bad. I hope, bro, you didn't want to talk to that man. You don't care. You heard that BS just like them and was like, man, shut the hell up.
I mean, but a school project and a basketball team is two different things, dog. That's why you have vets on a basketball.
It's a team, right?
Yeah, it's different. Right? It's different though because on a basketball team you have vets. Though. Well, in the NBA you have vets, so those vets may not be playing, but those like Udonis Haslem. Udonis Haslem wasn't doing anything, but what did he do to the Miami Heat when they were playing ass? He sat there and he spoke up to those players and lit a fire under their ass. That's why him and Jimmy got into it. And then once him and Jimmy got into it, what did Jimmy do? He started playing better. So it's the same thing, dog. Like, he's a vet on that team. He should have the ability to speak up and the freedom to speak up without being cut like that, dog.
Oh, can I say something real quick? Then if Trey want to go, he can go. Udonis Haslem was not playing. It's kind of the same thing with Jason Tatum injured. Udonis Haslem was literally getting front row seats to just sit there and, be the leader. Chris Paul was playing. You're talking, hold me accountable. That's
dog. What the fuck was Udonis Haslem gonna do? What was Udonis Haslem gonna do if he got in the game? The same thing Chris Paul is doing. Shit. So
but he doesn't play though. That's my thing. He doesn't play.
He did. He would have gave.
But he never was
Chris
playing.
Paul did.
He was never playing though. That's my thing. Udonis Haslem was literally only playing if it was 50-point blowout. That was it. So he was literally Udonis Haslem was basically the coach. He was basically an extra coach. If y'all think about it, and we know that's true. He was basically a coach. Wait, no, he's not. No. But my thing is, Chris Paul is playing. You can't be out here playing as trash as us, but holding me accountable. How does that work? We both trash, and we and you both going, and we both in the game 10 for, and we 0 for 10. Then you talk about me shooting. Go out there and shoot the damn ball. I'm gonna look at you, nigga. You 0 for 10 too, just like me.
Because at that point, I know that you're the better player, so you're supposed to be producing better than me. If you're producing the same as me and I'm the weaker player, yes, that's a fucking problem. So I'm gonna tell you, go out there, stop acting like a pussy and shoot the damn ball. What do you mean?
I agree with that. But you still can't be talking to me when we're both butt. Like, you can't do that.
How? What you mean? I have the knowledge and the experience to give you. What do you mean?
What knowledge you give it to Kawhi Leonard, James Harden?
That's what he was trying to do, but they ain't want that shit. Now, Kawhi, I can understand because I won a championship. I won 2 championships, dog. You ain't won nothing. So him, I can understand. James Harden, I can kind of understand him too, because y'all was in the same boat together and y'all ain't win nothing. So I can understand that too. But everybody else, they should be listening to him.
Brother, you can't talk. You can't. Look, Clippers bogus as hell, but you can't talk to me crazy when you out here playing trash. You just can't, bro. You can't do that.
I disagree, dog. I disagree.
Can. You
especially
you
when something now it'd be different if this was some weak ass point guard who, like, I don't know, some weak point guard. This is Chris Paul, one of the best point guards to ever play. Regardless if he's playing but or not, dog, his voice should be heard. Regardless, he's one of the best point guards to ever play. He's literally I don't think he was on top 75, but
he definitely
he's arguably top 10 point guard all time, dog. You telling me you're not gonna listen to a top 10 point guard all time?
Not if you out here playing like trash just like me. No.
When you put it like that, I definitely respect that.
Look, bro.
You gotta respect him, dog.
Not if you out here playing dookie just like me. Like
bro,
I said, bro.
40. He's 40. It'd be different if he was like in his 30s, mid to late 30s and playing like this. No, he's fucking 40, dog. What else do y'all want this man to go out there and average 12, 8 and 8 or 12, 4 and 8? Like, what are we expecting here?
Didn't you think he was gonna do that?
No, I did not think Chris Paul was gonna go out there and average 13, 4 and 8. Hell no. The man barely averaged 10 in San Antonio.
But in San Antonio, all those guys were young. I'm Kawhi Leonard, James Harden, and the thing is, the aspirations were different in San Antonio. There was nobody trying to win no championship, and they weren't as bad as at least to start off like the Clippers are. But dog, look, you out here. What they say? Chris Paul shoots the 3, cuts it down by 49. Brother. Come on, bro. You can't be talking to me crazy, and then you can't be talking to the front office like that. They bogus as hell, though. I still think they bogus.
You want to know what's crazy? He recreated that same meme again, and that was the last shot he took of his career.
Look, bro, can't be talking to me crazy when you ass just like me, bro. Nah.
Man, bro, I disagree. We just gonna have to agree to disagree, dog. Like I said, this was some random.
It's funny because now you want to give respect to Chris Paul, but I remember you talking about he never had it. At no point in his career he was never a superstar. At no point. Now you giving him respect.
If this was some random ass point guard saying this, I would totally agree. This is Chris Paul here.
I feel like you're just trying to respect him because he's a vet.
He just respecting him.
That's what they should do. That's what they should do.
They should though.
What do you mean? That's why there's vets on the team for a reason.
Yeah,
that's why it's vets on the team for a reason. The reason why the Charlotte Hornets are ass because they ain't got no damn vets that's lighting fire under their ass.
What about Vince Carter? We respecting him if he did the same thing, or we looking at him stupid? Oh, we looking at him stupid. You taking a long time. We looking at him stupid.
Honestly, I don't think they would look at him stupid, but I don't know if they would fully respect it or not. Because Vince Carter ain't really did shit, but I feel like they respect him. They will respect him because of who Vince Carter was.
Vince Carter, brother, you averaged 2 points. Shut the hell up talking to me. Shut up, brother. Look at you, stupid as hell. Nah, brother. Look, but real quick, it says multiple teams have called the Clippers about Ivica Zubac's availability. The starting price for the center is 2 first-round picks. Since the Clippers are being bad, they just released Chris Paul, basically. Is it time for the Clippers to blow this thing up?
Yeah, honestly. Well, not just because they released Chris Paul, but in general, y'all pick is y'all butt this year. And next year, y'all probably not going to do anything. So if I'm Steve Ballmer, and on top of that, y'all are high in the ain't they in the luxury tax or on the first apron?
Yeah, they probably most likely. Yeah.
So it's like you might as well either try to flip Harden, Kawhi, and all those guys and get some picks back and rebuild, dog.
They gotta get some picks because when I talked to her yesterday. Right now, the Thunder have the 5th pick in the draft because the Clippers are butt.
That is so sad.
So, look, man. If I'm the Clippers, I feel like you just gotta get as much young talent and draft picks as possible, and I think it's okay. You tried it, didn't work. James Harden has been hooping. Kawhi Leonard has been hooping recently, but y'all still are weak. I say just trade them off. And I heard, and I don't know if y'all saw, but they said the Timberwolves and the Rockets are looking into James Harden. Well, those are the teams.
If I'm the Timberwolves, I don't want James Harden.
If you what?
If I'm the Timberwolves, I do not want James Harden.
They need a point guard. You need somebody else to handle that damn ball because Mike Conley and Rob Dillingham.
Point guards that's going to be available.
Who?
Ja, motherfucking Kobe White.
And James Harden is better than them. By a mile.
I would low-key want to see him on the Rockets. I would want to see him on the Rockets.
I don't know who they're going to trade, though.
I think he can go back to because the Rockets got a lot of pieces that they can trade for James Harden. The Timberwolves don't really got anything to trade for real. I mean, yeah, you got Terrence Shannon and Rob Dillingham, but if I'm the Clippers, I don't really want that. I'd rather get the pieces over there in Houston, like Tari Eason. You could throw in Reed Shepherd or whoever else you want to throw in there. They got a lot of more pieces over there. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I would rather go to the Rockets.
Jabari Smith Jr. can go too. Shit.
Yeah, I'm keeping him. I'm gonna try to keep him.
Try.
Yeah, I'm gonna try. Honestly, I'm keeping the men. Obviously, a men, Sengun, KD, then everybody else left for grabs.
Right, that's what I'm saying. So Jabari Smith, y'all gonna try to keep him, but that's got to be added to the trade, bro. That's got to be added to the trade. Jabari Smith Jr. He could shoot, he could rebound, he could defend. He's got to be added to it.
I say he's young.
Yeah, Jabari Smith. Yeah, you got to add him to my trade. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'll just blow it up. I mean, it just sucks that they don't have their first round pick and it's going to the OKC.
It's like the Clippers did the same thing the Lakers did 2 years ago. They got all these damn old people, and now they look washed.
This might be worse.
This is definitely worse. Because they thought Bradley Beal was going to be a savior. That boy, he said, I got my money and I'm gone.
Bro, he got a hip and now he after the season.
Lakers still made the playoffs with that team.
Did they make the playoffs with that team?
Yes, Westbrook. They had Westbrook.
Hell no, I don't think they made the playoffs when Westbrook was there. No, Westbrook was on that team because it was like Westbrook, Melo, Dwight. They had all them niggas on that team.
Yeah, they had all.
I don't think they made the playoffs that year. I think they were ass.
They made the play-in. They made the play-in.
I'm about to say that was probably 22
or
23.
Was this before the play-in?
I think it was 22 or 23.
All I know was they got
22, 2023. They 43 and 39. They was 7th in the West. Was Darby Ham the coach?
Yes, Darby Ham was definitely
had Pat Bev. Is that when they had Pat Bev and D'Lo? Or the year before that.
It might be the year before.
Yeah. I know they had like.
That's the year they was 33 and 49. Now they didn't make the playoffs when Melo was on.
Was Melo? Yes.
Yeah,
I told you that team was garbage.
They didn't even.
Trevor Ariza.
Yeah, that team sucked. And I think that was the year. I think that's the first year with Westbrook and LeBron and AD kept getting hurt.
Yeah, that shit was trash.
That team was garbage. But this might be way worse though. Like they suck. Like the Clippers are
for 33 wins.
I don't know. I ain't gonna cap. I don't know.
I mean, it's only been a quarter of the season, so they still got two other quarters to go. So I mean, if they gonna want to turn it around, they gotta do it they gotta do it now. They gotta start now.
Oh yeah, man. Next take gotta be all-star selections, early all-star selections. I swear.
But that's it for the Chris Paul situation.